This is Titanfall 2. We're on Xbox Series X taking a look at this second entry in really an interesting series that has now spun off with Apex Legends at this point. I personally just loved the first Titanfall game. I didn't play this one as much, and that was largely due to the fact that it was squished unfairly between a couple mega hits that were releasing at the time. I think that being Call of Duty and Battlefield, so it was kind of weird how they, did that. Anyways, what we're getting here is one of the more interesting options when it comes to the resolution stuff on Series X. So inheriting the Xbox One X enhancement and getting auto HDR, 60 FPS is here, and it's got a dynamic resolution scaling and then a super sampling or a super something feature. So it should be hitting, pretty close to 4K all the time. And then actually having the potential to go beyond that, which is quite interesting. So, yeah, it actually can go... Oh, geez, what is... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So it actually can technically go beyond just a 4K resolution, which is quite fascinating. And I have no idea in that regard what it could be hitting up to, because, being dynamic and all that, it's kind of random. But to me, that's kind of fascinating, isn't it? Like, that's really interesting, and I don't necessarily think I've come across a case where I've seen something quite like that, if that makes sense. It really, really is an interesting option. So what we've got here is, well, the follow-up to Titanfall. They added a story component just about a guy and his Titan, his mech, going out there and battling. But yeah, and then there's, of course, an expanded upon multiplayer. They've definitely increased the scope of the series considerably in terms of the content. And this is something that a lot of people say was criminally underplayed. And yeah, you can definitely get that sort of feeling when it comes to this experience. Now, is there going to be like a big blade thing that comes out of nowhere and kills me? I'm kind of scared of this factory thing with the stuff flying everywhere. So this is one of the earlier levels in the game. Kind of went at it. I was like, okay, that's fine. And it just kind of gives you an idea of the story elements of it. You've got like sort of a bond between the pilot and the mech, which is, obviously the Titan. And I think the dynamics of that in this series are really cool. And it was interesting. Like, the first game kind of has a story. Kind of. Not really. It's like a multiplayer thing or whatever, and a back and forth stuff. It wasn't, the best sort of experience in that regard. But it was interesting. I mean, I don't know how much lore and stuff's carried over, but they've definitely provided something that's a lot sleeker and a lot cooler with this one. And then, obviously things kind of went a little bit more intense. We now have Apex Legends, which is the Battle Royale experience. How are you not locked on here? But yeah, it's kind of a pretty cool experience. I don't know, I think it adds a lot of depth to the series. I think the story's kind of cool. I think the multiplayer offers quite a bit. I still love the first game's multiplayer, I think, to a degree, just finding that one to be so interesting at the beginning of the gen. And then this being like all multi-platform and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it was kind of neat. Like, I think, the expansion-wise, getting it to more players was a good idea. I also think at the same time, maybe if they would have pushed it to be exclusive again, it might have gotten a little bit more attention. I know that's a weird thing to say, because, Titanfall is now enjoyed by a lot of people across different platforms, especially with, like, Apex Legends and stuff. And hopefully that kind of encourages people to actually give this game a whirl. But what I'm saying is, when it first launched... Oh yeah, we're out of the Titan right now. You can play the game outside the Titan, too. I think that's just shooting glass. And the Titan will go and do stuff. Where did he go? Oh, he's over there. Raise the cargo lift. Anyways, what I was saying is it was basically, and this might not have been the case, the idea is, hey, you know what? If they had perhaps push this on just like Xbox again as being another exclusive and then releasing somewhere else later like a timed exclusive, it might have actually helped this one just because it was pinched between two really big titles. Like, you really gotta wonder why EA basically like sent this one out to die almost, going like, it wasn't even like it was spread out, it was like jam-packed right between those two games, Call of Duty and Battlefield, and it's just like, you know, it's a weird choice to make. At least I think so when it comes to this one. It's like, what are you doing, right? It's a little disappointing because it feels great. The movement's excellent. It's a gorgeous game. What is going on here? That's kind of funny. The Titans all up in the air and stuff. I'm coming, buddy. Don't worry. We've got this. Anyways, it loads faster and stuff now. It's obviously, you know, a pretty good experience. I think it's a lot of fun. I think the story is something that a lot of people have quite enjoyed, and it's probably worth, you know, jumping into and seeing and experiencing the connection between a mech and a pilot in this universe. I don't know. It just gives a little lore, a little bit more of an excuse to kind of become expanded upon and give you context into the struggles that are going on here that were probably established in the first one, but not at all really something that you would see because, you know, you're not really experiencing it from an actual core story perspective. You know, it's there in the background, but not necessarily perfectly available. I'm really scared of jumping off of this pipe accidentally. See, I love the wall running mechanics in this game. You just, like, you move around so freely, like the flow of the levels and stuff.
This was supposed to be a shortcut, BT.
The dialogue choices here are kind of funny too.
BT, how do I get to you?
I'm coming, BT. Wait a second, am I going up or down? Oh yeah, down. Sorry, I looked bottomless there for a sec for some reason. And you pull off like sick execution moves. Oh, that's just a robot. I thought we were gonna do like a neck thing, and I kinda, yeah. Oh, what can you do? But it looks like really gorgeous on here. Like visually, it's quite a stunning piece, especially with that little bit of overhead. That's probably really pumping these visuals upwards. It's kind of exciting. And I know it took forever for me to get to this one, but definitely worth the wait. Like, look how big this factory place is. This is nuts, right? Oh, I guess if that piece kind of goes there, I could maybe, like, do a slide wall thing off of it. Oh, no, I don't think we're gonna... I don't know how this is gonna necessarily work out here, guys. I've got a bad feeling about this. Hello there. Does anybody else want a piece of me in action? I don't know, I just thought, you know, kind of showing an extended part of the campaign before switching over to the multiplayer was kind of like, kind of a good way to sort of present this game, just so you could see both of the options, you know, get an idea of that. Oh no, good thing there's a conveniently placed wall running portion. Oh, they're formatting grass for terraforming and stuff. That's cool. Do I even need to really fire at these guys? I can just flow right by them and it's not a big deal. Except for those guys that are really taking chunks out of my shoulder. That's not nice. Ooh, this is close. Yeah, okay, but we're still flowing pretty well, I think. The big question is, why are there so many soldiers down here in like a terraforming area, right? I wanted to catch a ride on those platforms. Goodbye, bad guys. Oh, it's the shotgun pistol. You might know it if you've played Apex Legends, which is kind of funny. And an interesting thing to think about for sure.
What the hell are they building here, BT?
Unknown, but I doubt the IMC are mass-producing homes. They usually destroy
kind of want to continue moving. Oh, yeah, now we're moving along here. I was kind of wondering if I could, like, jump along the floor to get there. Wait, is that, like, a couches? You see those couches over there? That's kind of weird. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we could just jump along here. Probably would have saved some time. I know, intense, right? Now we got like spider bots coming. Ow. The whole world's just getting moved around. It's actually a really clever way to kind of keep you moving around from area to area. You know what I'm talking about? PG, getting you using different things. Whoa, did you see that guy absolutely get disintegrated there? That was pretty cool, right? Well, that was definitely interesting. I mean, it's not something you see every day. Oh, look, there's the chairs. I kind of want to make that my prefab home so I can enjoy what those chairs have to offer. Whoa! Empty, spooky room that goes nowhere. Oh, what happened to those guys? Bye. Yeah, I love the free movement in this series. It just feels so good. I always comment that it's kind of like Call of Duty 4, but with mechs, you know. That's the big difference here, is that's the big change up for what's provided with this one. Anyways, I think this is a good point where we should probably swap over and start showing off some of the multiplayer in action. So this is the multiplayer component of the game, and yes, you can still find players. Even late at night, it just took a little bit to get into, but yeah, definitely an expanded upon experience when it comes to the, you know, visual quality of it, the maps. They even brought back, you know, kind of a favorite or so, or a favorite or two, which is nice. And there's also like a frontier defense where it's like for cooperative setup, you know. And what's really interesting is this is the map that we played when we first, well, basically saw the game at E3. I got to go into a tent on top of a building where there was all these cool, like, Titanfall displays up. There was a pilot kind of model that you could, not model, but, I don't know how to describe that. Like a pilot statue. I guess that's kind of a fair note on that one. There's like a pilot statue, giant mechs everywhere. It was really awesome, and then you got to go in these tents and basically, you know, kind of play the game and check it out. Well, play the multiplayer and connect and compete with others that were, you know, at that event. Because this was EA Play's second year, I think, when this one was being shown off. Maybe first year, I can't remember. It has been a long time. But yeah, it was really cool. I was really excited about it. And then, yeah. Whoa, stomach cannon. Oh, I almost had him. I should have just ejected, but I thought maybe I could pull off the chest cannon thing, and no, didn't work out. But yeah, it was really interesting, and then just did not get it off the bat because there's so much other stuff I was doing because I didn't get it to review, and I was just like, well, you know, I've got like Battlefield and stuff. And Call of Duty, I can't remember what the Call of Duty was this went up against, but anyways, there's a lot of things going on. There always is, right? And it's just like you miss one thing and you go work on other things. I think that was the case for a lot of people who kind of missed out on this one, maybe discovered it later, and that's fine too, you know. I just hope that eventually we get a third Titanfall, because I like the series so much. And I think it's a lot of fun. And I was really great at it in the first game. Like, I hit 10th Prestige in it. I think I just executed that guy. Nice. But yeah, I hit 10th Prestige in the first one, which I thought I was pretty proud of because it took a lot of time and stuff. But it just shows you how much I really absolutely loved that entry, and I thought it was just really well done. But yeah, there's a lot of different game modes. Some of them, like, you know, more focused on the mechs. Some of them a little less focused on the mechs. Like less Titan standing and stuff. Like, you know, they mixed it up quite well. They give you a lot of different scenarios to kind of fight through and stuff. I think that's sort of fun. You know, a lot of different mechanics. And the customization for classes and stuff in this one is just, like, massive and really interesting. my mech. My Titan has seen better days. Oh, he got the execution on that. Nice. Oh wait, was that the other team that got the execution there? Oh jeez. Every time I get the laser thingy going. Did I actually kill somebody there with that? I think I killed somebody with the laser thing out of my chest on that guy. That's kind of awesome. But it's just fast-paced, frantic action that's just a blast. And then of course, you know, you don't really necessarily have to use your Titan if you don't want to. You know, there's like an idea of you jumping out of your suit if you want. Well, it's disabled because the game mode we're playing is, you know, Titan Brawl. So the idea is the Titans are going at it. But you get what I mean. Normally you could be running around as a person, tell your Titan to go and do stuff. Yeah, you get all these different options for how you want to play, and it really just depends on the mode that you end up in. When it comes to competing, you know, is it like more Titan focused? Is it more pilot focused? They give you options. And again, the biggest point that I want to mention is that it's definitely, you know, basically like Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, I think, or so, around that era. But with mechs, which was always awesome for me, because I just, like, you know, I love the concept of having the big mechs and the Titans and that. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't know if I want to waste the laser core on him. No, looks like the other guy ripped him a new one. Big execution there, nice. But I can use the chest over here, I think. Oh, kind of getting shot in the back. Maybe I can laser this guy in the back. Did not work out for me because I was dying. Oh, which is never fun. Well, it looks like the match is almost done. We're doing decently well in this one. And it's a fun game to play. You know, I think it offers a lot of content, a lot of different ways to play it. It still has a decently healthy community that you can play it with. And if you want, you can literally, you know, just do the story, just do the multiplayer, play it however you want to, right? There's lots of different options here. Titanfall definitely has quite a bit going on to it. Wow, I just got, like, pelted into bits there. And there's different types of Titans, and different types of guns, and different types of weapons. And usually the multiplayer has a nice element of, like, passive grunt AI, and also, like, real players, so you can kind of, you know, feel good by killing some of the ones that aren't real players and stuff, and that's always kind of funny. Yeah, it is wild to be talking about this one as if it's an older game, though. Just in terms of, like, remembering, like, seeing it before it even came out and that, and being like, oh, this looks great. This is exciting. And now it's, like, released and then gone by, and there's been a spin-off, and it's just nuts. Battle him down, man. Maybe like knock him off the cliff here. I think he's executing my friend. No. But I wanted the execution on that Titan. Don't let him get away. Oh, I wanted that. I earned that. I'm taking you down with me, Kitty Auburn. I'm dead. But I think we've almost got the win here, which is kind of satisfying, I suppose. It's always good to win in a match, not lose. That's for sure. No, we don't quite have the victory yet, but we've got a bit of a substantial lead, as one might say, in this situation. There we go, we did it. High fives all around, guys. Way to go. Titans!